You can't hurry love. No, you'll just have to wait. Love don't come easy. It's a game of give and take. That was a popular song back in the 60s by Diana Ross and the Supremes, and then again by Phil Collins in the early 1980s. Made a big hit. And those words are very true. You should listen to them. That was me, pretty much. Back in high school, well, I was terrified. I was going through adolescence. I was terrified talking to girls. I couldn't talk to anyone for that matter. However, when I went to college back in 1981, I met a girl immediately. And we went together for, 3 and 3/4 years. Actually, 3 years, 9 months, and 4 days to be exact. And she was my first girlfriend. I was her first boyfriend. And, well, we made a lot of mistakes. I mean, we did love each other. We wouldn't have stayed together for so long. However, it was an acrimonious breakup. We both blamed each other for everything that went wrong. But thinking back now, it was 50-50. However, afterwards, when I told my parents about the breakup, they were like, "Oh, Glenn, you're almost at the end of your college career. This is going to be the last time you're going to meet so many single women. What are you going to do?" And I was like, "Oh my God, I got to do something." So I did date, during college and after college. And however, I had the attitude of, okay, I got to make this work. It's going to be all or nothing. And we're going to meet her. I'm going to marry her. And that was a characteristic that women found very repelling. I was lucky if I got a second date. One time I actually got a third date. And this went on from 85, well, the end of 85 till 1994. When I did meet this girl, I was a place where we were both working at a retail store. And I fell head over heels in love with her. And I let her know that I would do anything for her. And, well, what she would do is I would babysit her son while she went out and dated other guys. And a lot of my friends were saying, "Glenn, you're dumb, you're stupid, she's just taking advantage of you." And I told them, no, this is just the beginning. She's going to see that we were meant to be, and we were going to live happily ever after. Well, after 2 years of it, I realized, it finally dawned on me, okay, my friends were right, she is taking advantage of me, and I broke it off myself. And I felt like, oh God, I wasted 2 years of my life on this. I decided love was nothing more than just a waste of human emotion. And I was going to be single for life. Not that I wouldn't date, because I was going to date, but I was going to let them know, the women know that I dated, that it was just friendship, that wasn't going to go any further than that. Another characteristic women found very repelling. Again, I would get a first date. Lucky if I got a second, and again, once or twice I got a third date. And this went on for about 10 years, until 2006, when my 25th year high school reunion came up. I never went to any of my reunions because, well, I didn't have the best high school career, but because I was always living in the shadows of my brother, who was Mr. Popular. But I decided to go, and I figured, okay, I'm going to go settle some old scores with people that made my life miserable in high school. Not taking into account the fact that 25 years tends to mellow a lot of people out. Another thing I wasn't counting on is I was going to meet my future girlfriend there. Well, I went to the high school reunion, and I was overwhelmed with people who wouldn't give me the time of day back in high school. Came up, they welcomed me, they asked me how I was doing, and I said I was doing fine, let them know what was going on in my life, and then I bring up my brother, how he was doing, and their answer was like, "Who? Who? I don't remember him." I was like, "What do you mean you don't remember him? You worshipped him back in high school." Well, that was a long time ago. It was over 25 years. I was like, "Oh, okay." And also at the reunion, like I said, I met my future girlfriend, but I didn't know it yet. I mean, we just exchanged pleasantries, and at the end of the night, we went our separate ways. And then a couple of months later, we had an after. This was in November, so it was at the end of December during Christmas vacation. There was going to be an after reunion party, and I went to that because I had such a good time. And I met my future girlfriend again. We were talking, and we were exchanging pleasantries, and with other people, let them know what we were doing in our lives. And at the end of the night, one of them asked me, someone who's not my girlfriend, but someone asked me, one of my former classmates, said, are you married? Do you have any children? And I said with pride, I've never been married and I have no children. And then my future girlfriend said, me too. And so my future classmate said, well, maybe you two should get together. I said, that's a great idea, but I didn't want to put pressure on her right then and there. So I figured I'd wait, I'd get her alone and ask her for a date. However, I worked the night shift at that time, and I was waiting for her to show up, come to the exit door, but she forgot to tip the waiter, so she went back to tip the waiter. I was looking at my time, my watch, and I figured, okay, I gotta go now, because if I don't go, I'm gonna be late, and I'm gonna hear from my supervisor, something I didn't want to listen to. So as I'm driving there, I figured, okay, obviously this was not meant to be. We were not going to be together, and I was going to be single for the rest of my life. Until a couple of days, it was after New Year's Day, as a matter of fact, I got an email from my future girlfriend asking me, wishing me a Happy New Year and asking how things are going. And I said, okay, this is a sign. And I went there and I asked for a date. And she said yes. And on January 20th, we had our first date at a place called the Twin Pines Restaurant in East Haven, Connecticut. I decided to keep my mouth shut because I really liked her, and I decided I wasn't going to tell her that this was going to be, that this was not going to go any further. Instead, I asked for a second date. She said yes, and we went on a second date, third, fourth, and we've been happy ever since. We've been going together ever since. As a matter of fact, it's over 8 years. I'm coming up on 9 years. And a lot of people say, Glenn, why aren't you going to get married? And I told her, I'm all for getting married, but my girlfriend Lisa, she likes things just the way they are. And I'm not going to give her an ultimatum, because when I gave an ultimatum in the past, I always lost. So remember, you can't hurry love. No, you just have to wait. Love don't come easy. It's a game of give and take.